Hello there, new peer supporters. My name is Amy, and I'm the head of community here at ShareWell. And I'm very excited to see you on the ShareWell platform. In my role with ShareWell, I've connected with and mentored hundreds of hosts, and it's been a privilege to watch their journey unfold and see them flourish on ShareWell. I've seen hosts heal their hearts, overcome their fear of public speaking, make career transitions, and so many life transformations from leading peer support on ShareWell. In this lesson, we're going to talk about developing your personal facilitation style. Believe me, every host on our platform has a unique facilitation style, so let's hone in on yours. As a facilitator, it's important for you to think about your personal style and how it can be molded to have a positive impact on your groups. What things do you need to cultivate in yourself so that you can solicit meaningful participation or enhance group engagement? Don't worry, you already have a style, and it's probably a pretty good one, even if you can't put it into words. ShareWell is here to help you consciously cultivate a facilitation style that you're proud of, because we're all learning and improving, and your facilitation style is no exception. In this lesson, we will hone in on your unique style, talk about the 4 elements of using your style effectively, and share some tips on how to tell your personal story so that it's most impactful for others. What's an ingrained style? Well, an ingrained style is made up of traits and qualities that characterize your general authentic self. So you can think about, how would people describe you? How would you describe yourself? Are you serious, energetic, humorous, talkative, peaceful, thoughtful? These things don't change a lot as you move from hosting one group to another. They are what you've cultivated over a lifetime and what some people call personality. Your ingrained style is made up of personal qualities, or what psychologists would call embedded patterns of behavior. What's most important is to bring your authentic self to the group. Really figure out parts of your ingrained style that really feel like you. If you're known by your family and friends to bring humor and levity to the room, then harness that in your peer support sessions. If you're known for being calm and grounding, well, then don't try to amp up people with a high energy display of emotion, because you being you is the best place to start. Your intentional style. There are other really important qualities that you want to cultivate beyond your ingrained style, and you can cultivate these qualities to be effective through practice. There are 4 key elements that can be used in challenging scenarios that demonstrate how you can adapt your intentional style to the group that you're facilitating. The first one is pace and energy. Second, tone of voice and facial gestures. Third, preparation. And the 4th, transparency and honesty. We'll dive a little deeper into each of them now. Pace and energy. Imagine this scenario. You're a fast talker, have pretty high energy, and typically jump right into group introductions. You're leading a session on anxiety, and some really terrible news was just announced. You know that because of this, your group will be even more anxious. This is where you adopt a calm, slow-paced, and lower energy style. You slow down the pace of your words. You can encourage participants to take a few breaths, to put away their phones, and just sit for a moment to sink into the group environment. You remind them that in this session, they are supported and they are safe. Congratulations! You have now just modified your style to match the pace and energy needed to lower the anxiety of your audience due to current events. Tone of voice and facial gestures. Imagine this scenario. You're a bit frustrated with two members of the group. They've been monopolizing the conversation and not giving others a chance to share. You know as a host that it's your role to guide the conversation, but you're not sure how you should interrupt. You can interrupt with grace by using your tone of voice and facial gestures to be more playful and non-judging. For example, you might say with a smile on your face and an affectionate tone, "I'm really glad to see you two are so comfortable with each other and that you found a lot to talk about. And I'm sure there are some other great thoughts in the room that all of us could benefit from hearing. I'd like to invite someone who has not yet had a turn to speak to do so. Put on your most welcoming smile, give it a pause, and see if someone volunteers. If not, keep your tone light and ask someone by name if they'd like to share anything with the group." Preparation. Some people can show up and just wing it because they're naturally good facilitators. However, even those who are naturally good are still better facilitators when they are prepared. Be sure to create a sample agenda. Have a few discussion starting questions ready and think through some of the outcomes that you would like to come out of your peer support group. Do you want people to feel a certain way? If so, how would you get them to that feeling? Think about tools that could help you to be successful in achieving whatever group goals you set. Being prepared makes for a smooth group discussion and keeps your confidence level high. If you do get stuck, you can rely on the group when you're unsure. You can use a couple prepared phrases, which I use quite often. "I'm curious, what does the rest of the group think would be most helpful here? Let's take some time to solicit ideas from the group about what to discuss next. I have two ideas that I'd like to run by you as options. Let me know which would work better for the group. I'm curious what the rest of the group thinks would be most helpful here. How about this? Let's take a pause. I'd love to know some ideas from all of you about what you would all like to discuss next. I have two ideas as options. Let me know which you think would work better for this group discussion." As a facilitator, you both have to lead by example and set the tone of discussion. So we strongly suggest that you start your discussions by sharing your personal story. Why are you passionate about this topic? What motivated you to initiate this specific discussion? You can establish your credibility and build a lot of trust by demonstrating vulnerability and sharing your personal story. Is it difficult to share private stories? You bet. But often what we don't freely tell others is what weighs us down. So it's understandable if you find it daunting to share slices of your personal experience with strangers. Your group participants might feel that very same way. But can I share a little secret? Your story can inspire someone else's future. You may think you're just relaying a boring story from a part of your life, but it might be life-changing for someone who's listening to you. Are you ready to share it from the heart? No one can be a facilitator quite like you because no one has your style and your personal story. That's a big part of what makes you a great facilitator. Lead by example when you facilitate. Model the behaviors that you'd like your group participants to bring to the conversation. Lean into your authentic self. Share private stories that are relevant with trust and vulnerability, and be supportive and present to everyone else in the group. If you find facilitating daunting or difficult at first, take heart. It gets easier the more that you do it, I promise. And by stepping up to facilitate, you've already proven yourself to be courageous and compassionate. Remember, you are making a difference just by simply showing up and hosting a conversation on a topic that you are the expert of because you have lived that experience, and others want to connect over that experience too. And what I've seen with hosts so far is that you also get to know yourself a little better too.